Former Governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, remains in the FCC custody pending when his bail application hearing is scheduled in court. National Assembly approves 2025-2027 medium-term expenditure framework to probe NNPC NIS partnership with investors. NNPC dispels rumor, says old target refinery is currently operating at 70% capacity. Hello and welcome to the News Desk at 6 on Nta News24. Live in Abuja, I am Olajide Bello. President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of Jamiu Abiola as the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Linguistics and Foreign Matters. A statement from the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation indicates that the appointment takes effect from 14th November 2024. Until his appointment, Jamiu served as the Special Assistant to the President on special duties in the Office of the Vice President. President Tinubu tasked the appointee to work closely with the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs and bring his wealth of experience to bear in his new assignment. President Bola Tinubu is now in Paris on a state visit in honor of an invitation from President Emmanuel Macron. The president is on the trip alongside First Lady Oluremi, and the presidential 001 airplane landed at the Orly Airport, Paris, at about 10 minutes past 5 p.m. local time this Wednesday. A statement by the presidential advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, reveals that the Nigerian leader's three-day visit, which will focus on strengthening political, economic and cultural relations and establishing more opportunities for partnership, promises significant benefits for Nigeria. President Tinubu and his wife are expected to be received on Thursday at the French Military Museum Les Invalides and Palais de l'Élysée by the host, President Macron, and his spouse, Brigitte, for initial ceremonies that will dovetail into bilateral meetings. The two presidents are also to harmonize positions on stimulating more interest in exchange programs that focus skill development for youth and improving their competencies in automation, entrepreneurship, innovation, and leadership. Both leadership will witness a session by the France-Nigeria Business Council, which oversees private sector participation in economic development. Wife of the host, President Brigitte, and the Nigeria's First Lady are also scheduled to discuss the Renewed Hope Initiative and the interest for empowering women, children, and the most vulnerable in Nigeria. Back in Nigeria, Vice President Kashim Shettima has expressed satisfaction with the continuous increase in the volume of trade between Nigeria and China, saying it is one of the highest in Africa. He made a declaration when he received a delegation from China led by Vice Chairman of the Standing Committee and National People's Congress at the Presidential Villa. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports.
The visit by the Chinese delegation is to further strengthen bilateral relations, though both countries have maintained a friendly business ties for years. Vice President Kashim Shettima expressed satisfaction with the volume of trade between Nigeria and China. In 2023, trade relations with China got to $22.6 billion, one of the highest in Africa, and trade relation growing by 33% every year. He expressed his admiration for China's culture and traditions, saying the country is already making its mark among the Committee of Nations, even as he called for greater engagements between the two friendly countries.
And I can assure you that my boss is an independent-minded leader. My boss is committed to enhancing the relationship between Nigeria and China. You have mentioned about security. There can never be peace without development. There can never be development without peace. We really want to reposition the security architecture of our country. We want to invest in technology. We need your support. We need your cooperation. We need your partnership.
Vice Chairman, Standing Committee of the National People's Congress of China, who led the delegation, said the strategic partnership between Nigeria and China is opening a new vista of relationship between the two countries, as China is ready to move the relationship to a new height. In September this year, President Bola Tinubu attended the Forum of China-Africa Cooperation and also had a state visit. President Bola Tinubu and President Xi Jinping jointly announced to elevate Nigeria-China relations to a comprehensive strategic partnership, opening a new chapter.
So it's fair to say my connection and bond with Nigeria started 20 years ago. So it's a great pleasure to have this opportunity to renew this connection and bond. And through this visit, I see beautiful landscape and hardworking and hospitable people. I feel close and connected.
He also pointed to the need for Nigeria and China to support each other politically, adding that President Tinubu is committed to economic diversification and China is ready to support Nigeria's development expedition. From the State House, Abraham Jibrila, NTA News.
The Fiscal and Tax Reform team of the federal government today informed the Senate that the tax reforms being conversed have potential of growing the economy for sustainable national development. The team, which includes Chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, the Director General Budget Office, and the Chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reform, further explained that the proposed legislation seek a modern, efficient, and equitable tax system in Nigeria.
The reforms are designed to create a tax system that is equitable, ensuring that every individual and business contributes their fair share while protecting low-income earners and fostering social equity.
Revenue is only a means to an end. It is not an end in itself. And our policies, tax, fiscal policy, monetary policy, must facilitate sustainable growth and development for shared prosperity, which means that our economy must be organized in a way that is conducive and investment friendly. Our fiscal and tax policies must be purposeful and coherent, easy to understand and administer. Our laws must be enabling of businesses and dynamic, and governance must be simple and efficient.
The House of Representatives has passed the Medium-Term Expenditure Framework and Fiscal Strategy Paper for 2025 to 2027, which was submitted by President Bola Tinubu. These follow the consideration and approval of the recommendations of the Joint Committee on Finance and National Planning, which laid its report at Wednesday's plenary. The House adopted the projected oil benchmark prices pegged at $75 per barrel for 2025, as well as $76.2 per barrel and $75.3 per barrel for 2026 and 2027 respectively. Domestic crude oil production projections for 2025 is put at 2.06 million barrels per day, representing a significant increase from 1.78 million barrels per day in the current year. GDP growth rate is projected at 4.6, 4.4 and 5.5% for 2025 to 2027. respectively, while the projected exchange rate is pegged at 1,400 naira to the US dollar for year 2025, 2026 and 2027. The MTF projections aims towards a realistic and sustainable foundation for Nigeria's budget planning over the next 3 years. The former governor of Kogi State, Yahya Bello, has been remanded at EFCC custody till December 10, 2025, when the court will deliver a ruling on his bail application. Judiciary correspondent Austin Ayebe reports that this was after his arraignment and argument on his bail before the court.
After taking plea of not guilty, the former governor was remanded to EFCC custody till December 10, 2024. The former governor was remanded in EFCC custody after he entered a plea of not guilty to a 16-count charge preferred against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission when he was arraigned before the FCT High Court in Abuja. The alleged charge includes misappropriation and misuse of public funds, including acquiring multiple high-value properties in Mitama and Asokoro district for Abuja, the United Arab Emirates, and the United States of America. The funds allegedly misused amount to billions of naira. Yahaya Bello and two others are accused of breaching public trust and engaged in dishonest and financial recklessness during his days in office. After taking their plea, the defendants' counsel Joseph Daudu, SAN, moved a bail application which was opposed by the prosecution counsel, Kemi Pinheiro, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. The defendants' counsel told the court that the accused are entitled to bail, being that they remain innocent until found guilty by the court. But Pinheiro, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, said that the only relevant application before the court was the motion for bail filed on November 22, 2024. The operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission have been on the trail of the former governor since 2023 when he left office, until Monday when he submitted himself to the anti-graft agency. From the FCT High Court, Austin Ayebe, Nta News.
Agencies under the Ministry of Works will be given adequate attention in order to contribute meaningfully to the renewed hope agenda. This was the submission of the Minister of State Works, Mohammed Bello Groinyo, during a supervisory visit to the Office of the Surveyor General of the Federation in Abuja. Abdullahi Mohammed reports.
It's an office with more than 17 technical departments carrying out key functions despite meager resources.
Some of the equipment you saw when we were in the Center for Control and Analysis, they are new equipment. But what we are saying is that they are not adequate.
A new dawn, a new sheriff, an attentive listener in the boardroom, and one that works through checklist takes charge.
As part of the renewed hope agenda of our dear President Ashwaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we'll look at all these issues.
Appreciating the pivotal role of the office twice the age of Nigeria and leaving behind encouraging words.
A lot of MDAs are keen into their activities in the Ministry of Works, in agriculture, in water resources, and name it. So we believe this is one agency that is critical to national development.
This supervisory visit is part of measures taken by the Renewed Hope movement to speed up the contribution of agencies to national development. Ahmed, Nta News.
You're watching the news desk at 6 and Nta News24. More reports when we return.
You are invited to the maiden edition of the China-Africa Economic and Trade Expo in Nigeria. Get ready for an extraordinary event that celebrates the dynamic partnership between China and Nigeria. Date 28th to 30th November 2024. Time 9 a.m. Venue Abuja Trade and Convention Center, Umadu Musa Yaradua Road, Airport Road, FCT, Abuja. For more information, call 0700-093-3622 or WhatsApp 091-222-3978. Be there for this groundbreaking event. Don't miss out on connecting with global industry leaders and unlocking incredible opportunities for trade, investment, and technological exchange. Don't miss out. Be there.
Glory be to God. The child is born. FRCN NTA Vaughan service of 9 lessons and carols is here. Come celebrate with us. It promises to be spiritually fulfilling with different shades of Christmas melodies, soloists, choral groups, and Santa Claus. Message giver, Reverend Dr. Israel Adilani Akonji, President, Nigerian Baptist Convention. joined dignitaries from all walks of life, including political, religious, and traditional leaders, in an ultimate worship of the newborn king. Date: 1st December 2024. Time: 3 p.m. Venue: the National Christian Center, Central Business District, Abuja. Be our guest. Supported by the Imo State Government.
Thanks for being there. Operational activities were disrupted in the early hours of the day at the headquarters of the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company after electricity workers staged a protest and picketed the office demanding improved working conditions. Labour correspondent Joseph Utsen has the report.
The gate of the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company locked up and staff hanging outside as electricity workers protest what they call poor working conditions. They are demanding 15 months of standing pension for retirees, confirmation of ad hoc staff, healthcare benefits, and review of electricity rebate to reflect current realities, among other concerns.
They will deduct pension from staff, they will not pay. Many staff have retired, they cannot access their RSA account. Many staff want to collect loan, they cannot access it because for good 15 months they have not paid. Since the inception, stagnation, so people, they have not increased their salary even with 1 naira.
And the management doesn't give me fee to pay their own staff, their rebates. How do they want them to cope? You are charging customers, the staff are helping you to recover your tariff from the customers, but you cannot pay your own staff.
Patiently watching the workers chant solidarity songs and display protest inscriptions is the managing director, Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, Chijoke Oko Okenye. His patience paid as the protesters finally gave him audience.
Let's sit down and let us have firm agreements. And if those agreements are not met, then it becomes justifiable that this thing should happen.
The electricity workers eventually succumbed to give dialogue another chance, but asked for immediate actions or they will suspend their services. In Abuja, Joseph Utsen, Nta News.
In an era where multifaceted crises ranging from terrorism and insurgency to economic upheaval and natural disasters are escalating, the urgent need for a national crisis management doctrine has never been more pronounced as it is. It provides a cohesive strategic framework for Nigeria to respond swiftly and effectively to national emergencies, ensuring coordination between the military, law enforcement and international partners. The Director, Presidential Communication Command and Control Center, Rear Admiral Robert Obeah, reaffirmed this at the Exercise Rapid Response 1 briefing in Abuja. The report.
August 1st, 2016, President Muhammadu Buhari made a pivotal decision in Nigeria's fight against terrorism by endorsing the revised National Counterterrorism Strategy, NAC-TEST. With the country grappling with decades of terrorism, the strategy aimed to deliver a holistic, coordinated response, one that integrates military, intelligence and community-based efforts to tackle the root causes of extremism and disrupt terrorist activities. This gathering, therefore, is at the instance of the PC4 under the Office of the National Security Advisor to strengthen security agencies, foster international partnerships and focus on counter-radicalization.
Exercise Rapid Response 1 is a complex crisis response exercise designed to practice relevant crisis management ministries, departments and agencies in responding to threats in a built-up area. 6 scenarios will play out, comprising public health emergency, hostage-taking, marauding terrorist firearms attack, fire and road traffic accidents, as well as chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear attacks.
The exercise would empower the Office of the National Security Advisor to preempt, mitigate and address crisis with precision, focusing on early warning systems, crisis communication, resource mobilization and post-crisis recovery. Olajide Bello, Nta News.
The board and management of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited and NNPC Limited have expressed heartfelt appreciation to Nigerians for their support and excitement over the safe and successful restart of the 60,000 barrels per day Old Port Harcourt refinery. A statement by NNPC spokesperson Olufemi Shoneye says NNPC is aware of unfounded claims by certain individuals suggesting that the refinery is not producing product. The company's spokesperson is emphatic that the Old Port Harcourt refinery is currently operating at 70% of its installed capacity, with plans to ramp up to 90%. Therefore, the refinery is producing the daily output of straight-run gasoline blended into 1.4 million liters of petrol, kerosene 900,000 liters, diesel 1.5 million liters, low-pour fuel oil 2.1 million liters, and liquefied petroleum gas LPG additional volumes. The refinery incorporates Crack C5, a blending component from NNPC Limited sister company in the Rama Petrochemicals, formerly Element Petrochemicals, to produce gasoline meets required specifications. The statement also reinforces the fact that blending is a standard practice in refineries globally, as no single unit can produce gasoline that fully complies with any country's standards without such processes. In line with the resolve to provide results, NNPC Limited have made substantial progress on the new Port Harcourt refinery, which will begin operation soon without prior announcement. The company urges Nigerians to focus on the remarkable achievement being realized under the able and progressive leadership of President Bola Tinubu, and to support efforts aimed at delivering more dividends to the nation. Alumni of Bayero University Kano has asked NTA to sustain its efforts in promoting education by way of considering the quality of education in those days. The interim chairman of the BUK Alumni FCT chapter, Al-Hassan Mohammed, conveyed these when he led members of the association and courtesy call to NTA's management. Garba Natala reports.
The Bayero University alumni have paid a courtesy call on the Director General of Nigerian Television Authority, NTA. The interim chairman spoke on a wide range of issues, ranging from promotion of education, networking with old students, as well as taking care of the university by giving back what is expected.
We can all come and put hands together and see how we can give back. It's not only to start blaming. It is your responsibility, it is my responsibility, it's a federal government, state government. But we, on our own part, we can also support government in that direction.
The alma mater has reconnected with some of its former students who are now serving in various capacities at NTA. Notable alumni include Halima Musa, the Director of News, Wada Ibrahim, the General Manager of News24, and Muhammad Ali, the Deputy Director of News. For the BUK alumni, this is a homecoming. Aliyu Muhammad conveyed that they now feel a sense of belonging within the NTA network service and solicits support to their cause.
NTA is that institution that we all respect, we all admire. We feel we can partner with NTA to promote education.
Representing the Director General, NTA, General Manager of NTA International, Ogonia Simon, reiterated NTA's mandate and pledged the authorities' support.
All these things you are doing is not only building society, it's also contributing to the unity of this country. We will support you in the various activities you've lined up. You are giving back to society. You are talking about the welfare of your members. You're talking about, educational building for future generations that are coming.
The BUK alumni announced that their Congress is scheduled for 30th of this month, during which several activities will take place. In Abuja, Garba Muhammad Natala, NTA News.
The Primate of the Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion, Most Reverend Henry Ndikuba, has unveiled plans for medical outreach targeting vulnerable Nigerians. Speaking at the 35th anniversary celebration of the Diocese of Abuja, the couple highlighted the church's wealth of medical professionals ready to serve humanity as part of their commitment to faith and community.
Healing and health care delivery is part and parcel of the mission of the church. The church needs to stand with the ordinary Nigerians, especially the poor ones, in order to see that they access good health care delivery. And by the grace of God, we will have this as a training center for both doctors, nurses, and midwives and other healthcare givers.
The initiative is set to commence in the coming days. And that concludes the news desk at 6 on Nta News 24. Thanks for watching. I am Olajide Bello.